Just what a great win for our guys, for our players, for especially the guys that were taking the field at Scheumann Stadium for the final time at home. I'm just so proud of them. I know there was a lot of emotion, especially today, just leading up to kickoff. Especially that was the hardest thing about today was playing a 7 p.m. kick and all the emotions that you're going through all day long. Just thinking about everybody's trying to play the game in their head and everything you want to go the right way and thinking about taking the field for the last time, thinking about standing there with your family and it being emotional before kickoff, and you have a chance to see them and hug them, and just a lot that leads into it. And I'm just so uh, excited and happy for our players. I know selfishly for me, I get a chance to spend more time with them, and that's exciting to me. I know we'll learn soon where we're going in terms of a bowl game, but what a great night! What a great way to finish it off. Just a dominating performance by our defense, and even special teams was awesome. Just with the number of punts that were down uh, inside the 5 yard line and pinning them back, and just really playing. Defense was just lights out with the 4 interceptions and sacks, and just kept answering the challenge each and every time. And just a great win. So excited for our guys to be going back to a bowl game again.
All right, we'll open for questions. We'll go ahead and start with Robbie.
Yeah, I guess leading up to this, I think last week, you're trying to push back, what this class meant. How hard is it to kind of keep those feelings away for this senior class?
I'll be the last couple of days have been hard for me because there is a possibility that this is our last time together. Like today when I came in, and there's just a piece of you, and I'm a positive thinker, but there's one piece of you that's like, man, I hope this is not the final time that I just stood in front of these guys in this meeting room and had a chance to address them and talk to them. And man, I don't want that to be the last time. And so it's been hard the last couple of days. I was so worked up today all day long because when you're trying to I wanted to be able to selfishly have a chance to talk to each one of the families. And you don't get a chance to do that when there's 32 families on the field and you're trying to take a photo. There's just not enough time to really simply be able to say thank you for allowing me to coach your son. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for believing in what we stand for and our program and sticking with us through thick and thin. And you just don't have simply enough time to tell everybody what you want to. And I'm going to enjoy tonight. I'm going to enjoy the next couple of days with my family and trying to relax. And I know these guys are all looking forward to getting away to enjoy the Thanksgiving break, and then obviously putting a plan together here for what lies ahead as far as the schedule goes.
Yeah, and I think you guys are now the third team to go back to to be bowl eligible in back-to-back seasons. What does that mean to you?
Just proud. I went to school here, and I've always been a supporter. I know I've been away for a long time before I came back, but I love this place, and I want to see our program be successful. I want to see our program help put smiles on somebody's face and get the community excited about our football program because they mean a lot to us when they show up and support our players. And that's exciting. That's an unbelievable accomplishment by the young men in our program, and that's a very strong legacy that these guys will carry with them forever.
And then I guess you said there was a small piece of you, that's a little unsure coming into this. When did that kind of go away? I guess in this game.
I think I felt confident. I really did all week long. I felt confident in the guys. They're the ones playing. I'm coaching. They're the ones that are playing, and I love the look in the eye with those guys. I know that might sound like, what does he mean when he says that? But you can see a look of determination when you look at young men, and you can see when they're confident, and you can see when they're feeling good about their preparation. And I felt that all week long. I think just for me, selfishly, is like, I'm not ready for this chapter with this group, for this book with this group, I should say. I'm not ready for this book to come to an end. And I'm just thankful that there's an additional chapter, whatever that looks like in a book. But there's an additional chapter here, and we're gonna enjoy every second we have together, and we got still things that we can improve on and get ourselves ready because we want to go win the bowl game. Obviously, it's just such an unbelievable accomplishment for these guys, though, what they've done.
Yeah, and I guess defensively, coming out, I think they forced 3 punts and then 3 interceptions. I mean, how impressive is that for them to limit Buffalo the way they did tonight?
Yeah, when we talked about just playing with a nasty demeanor, and again, I talk about the look in the eye when guys come off the field, and I can see them on the sideline. You can see the look of, I've got a killer instinct. I've got a nasty demeanor. I'm trying to win my battle, my one-on-one in the trenches, and just those guys kept responding. They kept, feeding off each other's energy and just playing the game hard and playing for the guy next to you. Because that's what it's all about. When you can have 11 guys and as many plays, you can get 11 guys doing the right thing. That's pretty awesome. And our guys just kept answering. We struggled to move the ball in the second half. We really struggled to get anything going effectively on the ground game. It was a lot of hard yards to come by. You credit Buffalo and credit what they were doing from a defensive standpoint and really being a solid tackling team. They weren't allowing a bunch of leaky yardage. Our guys were running hard, but they did a good job. And we had to punt, and we just, the way our defense was playing, we just kept punting and pinning them back. And then our defense was just really answering the bell and playing great team defensive football. And whoever's turn it was to step up and make a play, guys were getting that done. That was fun to see.
That's all I got. All right, we'll open it up to the chat. We'll go ahead, Ian.
I think you might be on mute.
What did they teach you, I guess?
What did the players teach me?
Yeah, I guess, what did you learn from them? I know as a coach, you're kind of supposed to be the leader, the teacher. What did they teach you?
Well, really, I reflect back to when a lot of these guys first got here and when we were taking it on the chin and there was a lot of lopsided losses, and I would go into the locker room post game and just try to continue to emphasize staying positive, and tough times never last. Tough people do. They showed me that, when you become a player-led team like we were, and those guys were the ones carrying out that message, those are the guys that were delivering that message. Those are the guys that are taking the young players under their wing when they arrive here on campus and showing them how we operate. And I really stepped, in a lot of ways, I stepped back to some degree, and it was like a proud dad. You're watching your guys that you've worked so hard to instill doing things the right way, the true cardinal tenets that we preach from the second they arrive here about just handling business, going to class, doing things the right way, don't cut corners, be relentless in your pursuit to be the best. And to see those guys execute that and carry it through and then take the young players under their wing, that makes me very proud. And this is a special group of guys that'll have a chance to go on and do some special things in life and be difference makers. And it's going to be proud for me. It'll be very proud to watch those guys in the next chapter of their life.
And then, you talk about, the lopsided losses and then winning a bowl game. And, now tonight, I mean, what does it mean to see a team stick with it and stay together through the good and bad throughout their careers here?
I'm a firm believer. I was taught this as a young man by my father. I was thankful to have him for 31 years of my life as my hero. But, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'll never forget him giving me a sign that I put in my locker day number 1 here when I arrived at Ball State. It said, "Be humble, stay hungry." I just try to make sure that I always have a positive approach with these young men, and you get what you work for, not what you wish for. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to be special, but unless you're willing to work that way day in, day out, classroom, meeting room, weight room, on the field, it doesn't just go out there and happen because you wish it would happen or you want it to happen. You got to go and put your words into action. That's what this group has done. And the weight room, guys putting on weight the right way, guys dominating the classroom. Semester after semester, we keep setting the record here for team GPA and academic performance rating. That credit goes to these guys because they bought in and then they carried out those messages and carried out some of those tenets that we preached and put them into action.
And then you talk about tonight. I mean, I know you have to focus on coaching the football game and making sure you come out with the win, but I mean, are there any moments where you kind of just sit back and you just kind of take it in with these guys a little bit?
Well, not until not until that last second went off the clock. Certainly the one for me that was hard, Bryce Cosby, man, that would have been the icing on the cake to be able to 99-yard interception return. That was a touchdown in my book. I certainly thought there was just a little sliver of daylight there between his knee and the ground, but didn't go that way, but phenomenal play. And I just love to see the players get excited and celebrate with each other. And I don't want any penalties that way because there was a celebration penalty, but I'm just excited to see the guys because, man, a lot of these guys, they stuck by each other's side. It would have been very easy 2 or 3 years ago to put your name in the transfer portal would go somewhere else, but they didn't. They stayed by each other's side. They saw something in each other that they wanted to see the process through, and just to see it happen like that, man, so awesome. And just proud, just super, super proud. And you're just a firm believer, man. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. Down the road in life, they're going to have some challenges, and you can't choose another path, choose another road. You got to attack those things head on. And some of the things they've gone through here will certainly set them up to get through those challenging times in their life.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Charleston.
Coach, special teams unit tonight, block punt, multiple punts down inside the 5. What can you kind of say about that unit? How important was that tonight? And how does that show you guys can kind of win in multiple ways?
Awesome. I know I said that. I know if you're an offensive, the offensive guys are frustrated to some degree because you want to be able to run the ball. You want to be able to get some first downs. You want to be able to chew up the clock, keep your defense on the sideline. But you got to credit Buffalo. I don't want to take anything away from them. They're playing good defense. But to be able to execute some of those punts the way that we did in cold conditions and pin the ball down inside the 5, obviously on the 1-yard line twice. Obviously we executed, Drew stepped back. We got a Pele punt that we do, and Drew put that inside the 5 on his end of it. But the guys were running and covering those punts down the field, and their awareness of where they're at between the ball and the end zone, and to be able to execute that was awesome to see. And great night by Nate Snyder. I know this was his final game here at Scheumann Stadium, and it was great to see him finish off with a great night like that. But really proud of the guys. And as you mentioned, it's great to be able to win a game in different ways. And that's the great, beautiful thing about the sport of football. It's the greatest team sport in the world, man. And when one side might be struggling a little bit, the other side will pick them up. And that's the great thing about our football team. We always have each other's back. There's never any finger pointing, and we always stick by each other's side. And that's what's helped us get to this point.
And then last question for me. I know you talked about last week how physical of a game it was against Central. To have the defense play like how it did tonight, 4 interceptions, the defensive line play how they did. What did that kind of tell you about just how quick they can kind of get back to the form they're capable of?
Hey, tough times never last. Tough people do. And obviously I challenged the guys early in the week, man, that this game, especially when we had a game like we did a week ago, it's on tape. Somebody's going to watch that and feel like, man, we can get after these guys up front, whether it's on the offense, defense, whatever it may be. And for our guys to respond, knowing that we had to establish the line of scrimmage. We had to establish the physicality and the effort that we were going to play with to make sure those guys knew, these guys are here to play 4 quarters. So proud of the guys. The guys in the trenches never get enough credit. The game's won and lost in the trenches. And I'm just proud of those guys for rising to the occasion. I challenged them on that. Hey man, it's time for us to rise to the occasion and deliver when it matters the most. And our guys did that.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we'll open up for questions for Jaylin Thomas. We'll start with Robbie.
Yeah, I guess just I think 2 other teams have gone back to back or been bowl eligible back to back seasons, and you guys are now in the 3rd. I mean, what does that mean to start?
Well, this group entirely, that means so much to all of us. Just all the blood, sweat, and tears we put into this program, on and off the field. To be able to go bowling, it's just a great feeling. No matter where we go, because we know we're going to be there together, and that's the highlight of our experience, is us being there together. Creating memories, more memories, adding to all the memories we already have made. So it's just such a great feeling, honestly, just to be able to play with this group of guys again.
Yeah, and I mean, tonight was a dominant performance. What does that say about this team to be able to kind of reset and, I think your guys' mentality was finish the fight. What does that say about the team just with tonight's performance?
The hunger we have, and the hunger we have for one another, the want to do better for the man next to you. That's one thing that we take that we pride ourselves on. So just making plays for the man next to us. That's just one thing we try to do the most in today's game, and it paid off. Going out with a bang for our seniors, myself included. That was my last time playing in the shoe. Like God, it's just crazy because all the blood, sweat, and tears, all the cold winters we've been out there on that field before we had an indoor. There's so much we put on that field, and just to leave it out there like that, it just speaks volume for us.
Yeah, and I mean defensively, I mean how much of that mentality tonight was fighting for the guy next to you? It seemed like everyone was finding a way to get their head on the ball.
Yeah, that's something Coach Stock instilled in all of us, and that's something we preached all week, and even the whole staff preached that, playing for the man next to you. Coach Doherty, he had a great great kind of exercise, you can call it, I guess. He gave each one of the players a card, and it was one of their teammates. I had JT Wahi, everybody in the group had somebody different, and it just had that. It gave you that reminder, just to go out there and play for that man, just that the man next to you, really. So just have that. I mean, just preaching that all week. It's just kind of boosted our ability to make plays, in a way. So it was really exciting.
Yeah, and I guess last one for me, to end this the regular season, with the dominant game like this on the defense. I mean, what does that mean to you, just to see the final scoreboard and only give up 3 points to the Buffalo team that was averaging over 30?
Yeah, that means a lot because it's the last time I'm playing out there on that field, and my family was out there supporting me. I was just doing everything I can for my family, my brothers, on this team, my brothers on this team, and it was just a great feeling overall. I'm speechless, really, to how much that really felt. So yeah, that's really good.
Go ahead, Ian.
With it being potentially the final game, with this group of guys, I mean, what would you say the biggest thing they taught you throughout your whole time here?
Just to have basically a blue collar mentality, just to take every day one by one, everything you do, take it one step at a time, and that's truly one thing this program really instills in all the players here. Taking it one play at a time, one at a time is our motto, and that's something I will take with me, throughout the rest of my life.
And you've gone through, you guys have gone through the ups and downs, with big losses and then winning a bowl game and a MAC championship. I mean, what does it say about you guys to be able to stick with it and, come together tonight and get a big win?
It just shows how tight our brotherhood is, honestly. To just go out there and perform for your brother. I keep preaching that, your brother. That really was the main driver for us, giving it our all for our brother next to us, and that allowed us to be in position to make a lot of plays tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Go ahead, Charleston.
After you guys started 1-3, there was a lot of kind of outside noise and a lot of people saying things to win 5 of your last 8 games. I guess what kind of kept you guys confident throughout that kind of stretch to kind of in the year to get the 6-6, get that bowl eligibility?
I would just have to say our awareness to adversity. It's something that's not, it wasn't new to this team. It's continued. Adversity struck us this year as well. Just getting through it was the thing that, getting through it together was something that really helped us entirely as a group and as a team. So yeah.
And then last question for me. I know last week's game was a really physical matchup. To come back this week, have 4 interceptions, including yours, and then have the defensive line play how they did. I guess what does that say about this team and kind of you guys' mental toughness, mental fortitude to end the season on that note?
It just speaks volume on how much we truly love each other and how much the way we play reflect on the love we have for each other, honestly. And yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jaylin. Drew Plitt, we'll start with Robbie.
I guess still in full pads, like 30 minutes after the game, we're busy celebrating, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I was just out on the field with my family, taking some pictures, getting kind of soaking it all in. Last time out there, it's kind of crazy. Been a long ride. come a long way from, being one of the worst teams in the country to, MAC championship, bowl eligible back-to-back years. It's just, it's an incredible place, and I'm just so happy and thankful of it that I came here.
Yeah, I guess just to be able to win the last game here at Scheumann the way you guys did. What does that mean to you?
Just really just shows the brotherhood that we have to go out there and dominate. All sides of the ball, phases, and all four quarters. It just couldn't have gone out a better way with a victory like that, being bowl eligible because of it, and getting a chance to go play again with his family.
Yeah, and then I guess for you guys, I knew coming in, the MAC championship was a goal, but when you knew that wasn't a possibility, how hard was it to kind of reset and look forward and be like, hey, we still got something to play for?
Yeah, it was a tough thing to swallow, really, not going back-to-back years, and we had chances to, and we missed those opportunities. But with a team like this, we talk about it all the time. We've faced adversity before, and we stood tall through it all, and that's what we did. We had to obviously go back and refocus this last week because we knew it was on the line, and go out and play for our brother and leave it all out there.
Yeah. I guess, after a week like last week, how do you kind of refocus?
It's a win or go home mentality. If you don't win, there's no chance of you going to a bowl game. And in a family like this, you don't want to stop that. You want to keep playing with each other, seeing each other every day, and we enjoy being in this facility every day. And I think that's just a testament to what this team is.
And then I guess thinking back to when you first walked on to campus and how you guys are bowl eligible in back-to-back seasons, what does that mean to you? Just throughout the whole journey.
I just remember fighting to win a game, not let alone 6. We were disappointed this year when we weren't winning games by enough. But that's just shows the test of time that we stood through. A lot of guys came and went. A lot of players that stayed and stuck through it all, and that's the brotherhood that we formed here. And I love each and every one of these guys. And I mean that for real, because we come up here and we share our feelings to each other, because we truly understand each other now better because of it, and you see that on the field, the way we play, we care about each other.
Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, when you're looking around Scheumann Stadium, for one last time as a player, how do you kind of take that all in, while trying to win a football game?
Yeah, we had Coach say great today. You got to be in the moment, enjoy the moment, but don't get caught up in the moment. And that it's tough, but when you look around, you got to soak it all in, but know that you're still playing the game, and having that opportunity to be able to play another one makes it a little bit easier. If you know it's not your last one in a Ball State uniform.
And then, you guys went through the ups and downs throughout your whole career. What does it say about this group of guys to, even throughout a lot of those losses, to kind of stick with each other and end up where you are now?
There's a lot of adversity that hit this team in my 6 years, my 5.5 years, 6 seasons here. Not just on the field, but off the field. The guys worked through it and got through, and they can carry that on through the rest of life. The things that we went through, you'll see every day in your life, the rest of it. So for us to be able to carry that on is an opportunity.
And to kind of add on that, how do you think football and playing with this group of guys is going to help you in just life in general?
Yeah, there's nothing going to be like playing with this group of guys. The care that we have for each other will be tough to beat if ever. But carrying it on, keeping these relationships is one of my biggest goals that I have here. Is carrying these relationships on for the rest of my life, and being able to see these guys and talk to them as much as possible.
For sure. Thank you.
Go ahead, Charleston.
Drew, special teams came up big tonight. A block punt, your punt, multiple punts kind of down inside the 5-yard line. How important was that to today's win? Because I know sometimes they don't get the credit they deserve. So can you kind of speak to that?
Yeah, the block punt's huge for the offense, setting us up well down in their red zone right off the bat, and then those punts, pinning them back, making them go 99, 95 yards, whatever it is, helps out the defense big time, because they kind of got to change their play calling, can't be as aggressive early, and so that's huge just for field position game, being able to change things up, and it was awesome to see.
And then last question for me, to start 1-3, and then go to win your 5 of your last final 8. How did you kind of stay even keeled throughout that throughout some of those losses, and just kind of reflecting on that, how did you kind of stay mentally tough?
Yeah, I mean, we knew what we were capable of. We knew that we didn't start as strong as we could have, but we had a conversation, players in here, that we still had an opportunity to do something special out on the field, off the field, and we had that conversation as players alone. And I think we just carried that mentality through it all. And obviously, things didn't go our way the entire time, but standing through it all and be able to come bowl eligible is just a huge, huge accomplishment for this team.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Go ahead, Charleston. Or Jordy.
Yeah, he just.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Drew.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
All right, we'll open up for questions for Bryce. Go ahead, Robbie.
First question, do you think your knee was down?
Everybody that's talked to me in the locker room said I wasn't down, but everything was moving so fast, I couldn't tell. Honestly, I was exhausted. I was so tired I didn't watch the replay. I didn't even know it was under review, and so I don't know. I'm definitely just happy to make the play, but I told myself, Coach Doherty, that's my guy. He's always been telling me the past couple of weeks, like, you got everything, you crossed every box, you ain't got in the end zone yet. So, that's what we're waiting on, the pick six. So I was like, how fitting it would be, here at the shoe the last time. And when I was running, I pretty much made it mine, like, yeah, this is going to the house. And so unfortunately it got called back, but everybody in our facility said, it still counts in our book. So it was just a great experience. But yeah, I have to look at the TV copy, see if I was really down. But the people have said no, so we'll see.
Yeah, and I guess you didn't get one tonight, but you guys now have another chance to play together. One of three teams to go to back-to-back bowl games in program history. I mean, what does that mean to you to be able to do that?
I mean, it's huge. We talk about just the standard that we've raised the standard. A lot of these older guys here, because that wasn't the case scenario when we first got in. Just being competitive all the time, competing for. We honestly feel like especially the past 2 years, we feel like we should be playing in the MAC championship. This year, we didn't execute, and that's on us. We fell short of that goal. And, that happens in life. But the fact that that's the expectation, because I can sit here and honestly say, my freshman and my sophomore year, then we were just really working to just get better as a team. Let's just get competitive. And it seemed like we were so far behind at times, but to see where we're at now in terms of bowl games are becoming a standard, competing for the MAC championship, competing week in and week out in our conference. I think it speaks volumes to just the leadership of not only the players but the coaches as well, and kind of the culture we try to set around here. It's still a work in progress, but you can see the strides that have been made since 2017 when I got here.
Yeah, and you talk about the MAC championship, and coming into this game, you guys were 1-3, a lopsided loss last week.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to kind of reset and realize that if you guys lose, this is the last time you'll be together?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like you said, adversity it's kind of been an emotional roller coaster, throughout the whole entire year. But the beauty of college football is that the wheels are going to keep turning. After you get done with that game, there's going to be another opponent on the schedule. And so whether you want to move on or not, you'll have an off day, and then you'll start practicing this full head of steam towards whoever your next opponent is. And I think the nature of that kind of gets guys in the right frame of mind. And obviously with guys who are experienced and have went through some stuff here, it helps that we have that no blink type of mentality and attitude. But tonight was all about doing what was necessary to get all these seniors one more guaranteed game. Our families were here. It was definitely an emotional moment on the field when we were going down the line of every senior. And I told the guys, our parents, they came here with one expectation, and we aren't going to let them down, and that's to leave victorious. So I'm so happy for the guys, and just so glad we were able to get this win tonight.
I guess last one for me. I mean, what does it mean to be able to put on a dominant performance like tonight during your guys' last game?
It's great because with the MAC, it seems like every game is going down to the wire. It's one possession. Sometimes you think like, man, it sure would be nice to just, get a comfortable win where, the last possession, I wasn't on the field the last possession. And, I want to play every snap, but I would be lying if I say, you know, that wasn't a good feeling. You know, just see the young guys go out there and us knowing that we've secured the victory. You know, it's in the bag, and you know, we did what we needed to do for 4 quarters to you know, be in a position where we could take our starters out and you know, get some rest these next couple of days and, you know, see where we're going bowling at. So I mean, just to get a convincing win like this, the last time in this stadium was everything.
Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, you know, you have to prepare for a game, of course, but once the game's over, you guys know you're going to win. You know, how do you kind of soak in the moment and just kind of take everything in? Take me through that.
I mean, you know, you rally around your guys, honestly. You know, all my teammates, honestly. Tell each other you love each other. Just, I mean, you know, kind of leaves you speechless, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it'll hit me until, you know, it's really all said and done. But, you know, in terms of just how you handle it, like I said, I think you just got to cherish those relationships and really you're just thankful, you know, that we won tonight. We know that we still have time left together. That's the biggest thing. You know, it would be a whole nother conversation if this was it. But the fact that we won tonight, you know, it's definitely, it hurts that it's the last time that we'll play in a game on Scheumann Stadium, but you know, if we were to go out anyway, you know, that's how we would want it to be. And so, you know, us older guys, you know, we can close the book in terms of, you know, the legacy that we left at this stadium, and you know, like I said, we've got one more guaranteed together.
For sure. And then, you know, final question, you talk about the no blame mentality with these guys. I mean, what does it mean going through the losses, you know, winning the MAC championship, you know, winning the bowl game, and now here still being together? What does that mean to stick with each other like that?
I think the biggest thing, you know, I learned when I was younger is that you got to take the good with the bad in this. That's in life too. You know, everything isn't going to be sunshines and rainbows all the time. You know, you really got to take the good with the bad, and you can't get too high on either one. You know, when we hit that 3-game stretch against Western, Army, and Eastern Michigan, you know, I was still sticking by the same process as always, and you know, the same as when we lost, you know, early. We lost to Penn State and Wyoming, two pretty big margins in terms of how much we lost by. Still stuck by the same process. So I think the biggest thing is just with the don't blink thing. You know, us veering away from the process, or you know, throwing in the towel because things aren't going our way. You know, I learned earlier it's not going to do anything for us. You know, we got to keep working. Like I said, that's with life as well. So, you know, it's really just understanding that the only way we're going to keep moving forward is if we keep working. And if we keep working, we give ourselves a fighting chance, and that's all you can ask for at the end of the day.
But Charleston.
Bryce, the special teams unit came up really big tonight. The block punt and then the multiple punts down inside the 5. I guess how much did that kind of help the defense and kind of take the pressure off you guys because they had to go 90, 95 yards?
Huge. Coach Doherty talks about, I feel like Coach Doherty's, you know, the best special teams coordinator out there. You know, nobody can convince me otherwise. I'm in his meetings every day. He just does a great job of just getting guys to buy in because, you know, it's hard getting, especially younger guys, to buy into special teams, you know, considering, you know, they're coming from being in a star role. But I mean, it's huge. You know, with Nate, we all know what he's capable of. We see him hit punts like those every day in practice. And for him to kick it all the way to, you know, inside the 5, that's hard for any offense in college football to do. To drive 95 yards, you know, you really got to be efficient, play mistake-free football, and it's just a hard ask for any offense because, you know, defenses are good as well. And so, you know, it kind of limits their play calling. You know, they're really on their heels in terms of just trying to get out of that jam and get some breathing room. And then as far as the block punt, I mean, it's just a huge momentum swing. You know, I think Hassan blocked that punt? So that's his second block punt. So, you know, that's my guy. You know, he goes hard in everything he does. And you all have seen the impact he's made on special teams, not this year, but every year he's been here. And yeah, it's just a huge momentum swing. We blocked that, got great field position, was able to get points on the board. So anytime you can block a punt, it's a game-changing play, and we use that to just fuel our momentum for the rest of the game.
And then last question for me, with last week being such a physical game against Central, what did you kind of make of today's performance, especially kind of the front seven and how they were kind of able to limit Buffalo in the run game and just up front getting pressure constantly?
They were everything. I mean, I can think of numerous occasions where, I didn't even really get out of my back pedal and, the play was dead, which means, it was no gain or a loss of yardage. And so I think our D line played hats off. And I mean, they played through the roof tonight. They were everything. And, we knew coming into the game, if we could stop the run, we would be in a good position in terms of trying to get them out of their identity, because that's kind of what they got their money on these past couple of weeks, just being able to run the ball effectively on their opponents. So for us, it was just about stopping the run, and then when they do pass the ball, let's try to take advantage of getting some turnovers, and we were able to do that today. And so I mean, hats off to the D line. They played terrific tonight all across the board, and they definitely made it easy for us on the back end.